Shalom, Israel, shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Again, shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world innately calls Jesus the Christ, or Rakak Kodash, and the Paleo Hebrew is the Holy Spirit. We want to give double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elder prophets of Great Millstone, moving in the Rakak Kodash to bring forth 100% in the Most High's doctrine. Lord willing, they can continue to endure and to be sincere in the Most High's truth. And the mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, that are believers of this word. Lord willing, you can increase in enduring and to have a sincere spirit. Shalom to the Aquathium that are believers of the Most High word. Lord willing, you can continue in your lot, being a loving and silent and virtuous wife, right? Married or not. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in faith. You know, I'm bringing out back to the basics, Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. You know, that right there is not like the main root, but that's one of the root. That's a basic right there, right? So let's get into it. Psalms 147, you know, because there's always new people coming on, right? And then it be people that is new, that's growing in the faith, but they still not, they still haven't got it just fully just yet, you know, because this is a continual learning process in this truth, right? So Psalms 147 verse 19 and 20, it says, he showeth his words unto Jacob. Who is the he? Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. His statutes and his judgment unto Israel, right? So what is the word? He showeth his word, the verbal word, and then he show his word physically. Who was the physical word? Yahushai, right? Because even though Yahushai was in the midst of the whole world at that time, he was revealed to the children of Israel. Saying it again, he showeth his words unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Where's the rest of the nations at? I'm not seeing it, Sway. You know? First, I want to get some precepts. This is Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 4. It says, Moses commanded us a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob. Right? He showeth his words unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. So the judgment is the law, statutes, and commandments, the first 5 books of the Bible. Really going into this word, we already know St. John chapter 1 really goes into it. But I just want to get straight deep into it, because like when you really come in this thing, it's really you moving in the spirit, and you'll be able to understand this word, because we're given the word. You can go right on your app, you can go right to your store and go buy you a Bible, right? But the spirit had to be in you to get the understanding, right? So it just brought me, I had to go to this classic. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 10 and 11. It says, but God have revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God. Right? St. Matthew chapter 4, verse 23 to 24, we must worship Yahweh Shem Shai in spirit and in truth. You know? And this goes back to the lesson I just did. You must beg the Lord for the spirit. Beg the Lord for the Rakak Wadash. You know? So that you can increase in his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you can increase in his ministry. Not talking about popularity. Fuck that. I'm talking about growing in the inward part. To believe, to understand, to be 10 toes down in this. You understand? It says, for what man knoweth the things of a man? You know, we were brought down low. Now we need to rise back up through the ashes. And how do we wake up? Through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Ezekiel had to speak to the bones, the dry bones, you know? And what was he speaking? Thus saith the Lord, right? So for what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him. Even so the things of the Most High knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God. So if you really want to know the Lord, Isaiah 55, he says, my ways are not your ways, my thoughts are not your thoughts. How high heaven is, that's how high my thoughts is. In order for us to know the ways or the thoughts of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the prophecies, the parables, the dark sayings, we need the Rakak Wadash, the comforter, to be put on us. That's another reason why the 100% truth is out here, regardless if you believe it or not. You know? Who did he show his word to? Did it say partial? It says, he showeth his words unto Jacob. This is not a partial thing. This is 100% he showed a word, right? From Genesis to Malachi. From Genesis all the way to 2nd Maccabees to Genesis all the Revelations. He's been revealing, right? Let's go to Psalms 103. This is Psalms 103. See, because I got to use my physical Bible and my phone because, you know, at work I can't be like just comfortable bringing it out. Right, so Psalms 103 is just going to land me off of what was in Deuteronomy. It says, he made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. Moses knew that present time, he knew the future time, and he knows the end time. All the prophets knew in a different way how the Lord was revealing it to him. You know, and us being here right now in 2024, we must get all that we can from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? Because to be edified, you must be built it on the knowledge of who you are. You know? No kingdom lasts forever. Only kingdom that's going to last forever is the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You should be getting the knowledge more than getting the bag. You know? If you want a relationship with a girl or with a dude, make sure you bring in Yahweh Shem Yahushai into your marriage. Right? Because a man's supposed to be occupied in this. Soon as you consummate with a woman, she's your possession. All that other gushy stuff, that's just added on if you do it. This is about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You women need to know. This is about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's not about your hormones. It's not about your little freaky. It's about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is a kingdom situation. And what does kingdom means? Right? The rulership of men. You know? We gotta get back into seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? Let me get this last one. For that verse. We can go crazy. You know what? Let me go to this one, because this goes into here we go. This is Psalm 78 verse 5, going into the word showeth. It says, for he established a testimony in Jacob. What's the testimony? A record, a report. This is why we go back to the Old Testament to find out the report, the record of Jacob. He's spoken of throughout the whole Bible. And appointed a law in Israel, which was our schoolmaster, to make us set apart from the whole world, right? Which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children, right? And when a father is teaching, children was attending. In most cases, because the father was doing so much, a woman would try to step her game up and the spirit would hit her, because the husband is dwelling with her according to knowledge. Either she asks a question, she watching a video, and she hears something that she could teach her kids. She's gonna either watch the video or pause it and then write down those precepts and go teach them children. And if a wife is one flesh with the husband, it's the husband teaching the kids through that woman, because she has her teacher, she has her savior, you know. And on the side part, a father is a discipline. He's going to correct his kids, or it's not even correct, he's going to guide them. He says that they should make them known to their children. Women, you gotta, if a mother got a period right now, you should be stop doing what you're doing and go to the menstrual cycle and explain to each one of your daughters, this is what you do with it. You're supposed to be cleansed, and then go in the scriptures, the Lord cleanse you. Guess what? You just edified your daughters on the menstrual cycle so that they can be ready. If you have a son, put him aside and let him know that like Numbers 1, I mean, read Numbers 1. That's about a kid ready for war by the house of the father. And a kid can't get ready for, a son can't get ready for war until he's 20. You teach your son that. You teach your son that his lot is to serve the Lord, either being a mighty man, a prophet, or evangelist. Not saying you sending your kid on the highways and byways, but you training your son. Instead of giving them the accolades of football, hockey, backflips, gymnastics, sky world, karate, taekwondo, my freaking video games, a damn cell phone. You want to give your son scriptures before you give him a damn cell phone. If your daughter is old enough to make food, if your daughter is old enough to wash her damn clothes, before you give her a damn cell phone, you should be teaching her daily. Make it make sense. Because if all our kids was of a certain age where they could provide for themselves, they would be out the house. And a lot of our kids wouldn't make it. And then guess what? If your kids is not walking in your footsteps, you're going to look at your own self. What have you been doing? You know? Most women is worried about their damn man so damn much. While your man gone or busy, you should be paying attention to them kids. You know? I just had to make sure that y'all know. Anything in these scriptures we make known to our children. This is why children should be watching their fathers. Seeing what they're doing. Oh, what is my father talking about? This is bedtime story. This makes your kids look up to their father. Cherish their father. Love their father. Really the men of the Lord. You know? Psalms, let me give you one in the New Testament. This is Romans 3:2. Much every way chiefly, because that unto them were committed the oracles of God. Hold on, what? I ain't gonna be able to go into the word etymology for it, and I'm so sorry because this phone is off. But the oracles of God, Romans chapter 1 verse 2, which he had promised afore by his prophets in the holy scriptures. Right? The oracles is the holy scriptures. These scriptures is set apart. Paul's letters is set apart because it's only for Israel. Right there, that just kills it. His word is set apart because it's only for Israel. It's set apart. That's what holy means, baby. You know? One more. Psalms 119, verse 140. Thy word is very pure. Therefore thy servants loveth it. This will cause a man, a minister, to be on fire because he loves Yahweh's word. It is pure. It's more pure than cocaine. You know? And a real wife is gonna when she hear how her man is talking about women, she's working on being the best. There's a lot of women that's still not even, and they could be in this truth. It's because women have lesser faith. They're too aiming about, oh, if I please him sexually, oh, he'll just be happy. A lot of women only think sexual is gonna get them fire in this thing. It goes off of, oh, you sitting down teaching your kids, your husband is gonna love that. You maintaining your children. You ain't thinking about outside. You thinking about them kids. You thinking about the house being nice. You thinking about you smelling good, your health looking good, and talking about the Lord daily. Your husband like order, you bring an order in the house. All the other things is an add-on. The men of the Lord, all the other things is an add-on. Is either vanity or vexation of the spirit. Our number one lie is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Going back to Psalms 147, verse 19, He showeth his words unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. So if he showeth the word to us, we should be abusing it. Isaiah 62, and I keep quoting this, 5 and 7. You must wear out Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, wear him out. You remember when the lady was bleeding for 12 years? She touched Yahweh Shai. You can read it in the NLT, the GNT, the KJV. Yahweh Shai said, I feel power leaving me, or I feel virtue leave me. And I think it's the NLT. He says he felt healing power leaving him. You know? So every time you go in this word, this is power leaving the Lord. And if you apply it in you, that's the Lord abiding in you. This is, man, wow, this is going in, you know? I got 10 more minutes. Let's go back to Psalms 147, and we're going to read verse 20, right? Verse 20 says, he have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. Hold on. Wait a minute, John. Wait a minute, John. Let's go down. Let's go to the second Esdras, the 3rd chapter, because it said he have not dealt so with any nation. So starting at the point, verse 35, or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. We was keeping the law because precept is law. And when you're dealing with the whole word, you still got to precept that too. Line upon line, here a little and there a little. Only Israel been doing that. Only us. Only us. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgment, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, they have not known them. These nations have not known them unless the Lord put it on us to teach them. Right? Just to give you a little quick precept for that. Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, verse 32. It says, for ask now of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day of God created man upon the earth, and ask from the one side of heaven unto the other, whether there have been any such thing as this great thing, or have been heard like it. Did ever people hear the voice of God speaking out of the midst of the fire, as thou hast heard and lived? Or have God essayed to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation, by tempting, by signs, by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that Yahweh your power did for you in Egypt, before your eyes? Unto thee it was shown, unto thee. Because when you go to Deuteronomy chapter 1, it was the Most High said, Moses speak to all Israel. In Deuteronomy 4, verse 35, unto thee, right? Let me get this side precept real quick with the 1-2, with the 1-3. Let me see. Unto thee. Hold on. Salaki family. This is Mark chapter 12, verse 32. It says, and the scribe said unto him, well, master, thou hast said the truth, for there is one God, and there is none other but he, and to love him with all thy heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all whole burnt offerings and sacrifice. It's more than all. Really, just going into it's better to obey the Lord, have obedience than sacrifices, right? But that one verse in all still goes to who was Yahweh Shai speaking to. Yahweh Shai was speaking to Israelites. Let me read that one more time. It says, unto thee it is shown, right? Just like what Yahweh Shai just showed the Pharisees and Sadducees and showed the disciples. When you double back, because who is the Pharisees and Sadducees? They are Israelites. Then we go back, because it leads all the way back to Jacob again. Unto thee it is shown that thou mightest know that Yahweh is that the Lord is God. There is none else beside him. People want to hold on that. We're talking about another belief system. Is not beside him. Yahushai is another is part of the Godhead. He's not another God, like another deity away from Yahweh, another deity away from Yahweh. But we ain't going to that angle. We're gonna stay right here, right? So let me get this in Romans. Let me get this in Romans, family. This is Romans chapter 3, and I'm gonna read verse 1 and 2. It says, "What advantage then have the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God." Right? The oracles of God is the Holy Scriptures. It was given to the Jews, but who are the Jews? They are Israelites. But then you got to understand the northern kingdom got removed from, the Lord divorced them, and they got in the hands of the Syrian, and then they fled from them to come over here. Some of them still stayed over there, and that's why you have Yahushua saying going to the Gentiles, and then we see Cornelius, and so on and so on. Because the gospel, the good news, is gonna bring back the ones that that cleave to their oppressor or cleave to the ways of this world. And a lot of us are filthy rags because I was a Gentile in my actions because I did Christmas, Halloween. A lot of us did. Elders, before they really woke up, they was probably doing things that's in this world. Or like Elder Tahar and some of the men, they were in Christianity. Those were Gentile beliefs. We were whitewashed and we got cleansed, but usually the true children of the Lord always come back to him. And that's why the ministry started with the apostles to go to the Gentiles, because later in the future, damn near the nation of Israel was going to be into that. Until he did the same thing that he did with John the Baptist, and then redid it again with Abba Bibbins, who really through the Spirit is John the Baptist, who I can see. I can see it through the Spirit, through the Rakak Wadash. I can get it because he paved the way, and look at us now. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Right? Now, just to get a quick precept, this is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 32 to 34. It says, "For as now of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day that God created man upon the earth, and as from the one side of heaven to the other, whether have been any such thing as this great thing is, or have been heard like it. Did ever people hear the voice of God speaking out of the midst of a fire, as thou hast heard, even though I read this, and live? Or have God essayed to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation, by temptation, by signs, by wonders, by war, by a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great tears, according to all that Yahweh our power did for you in Egypt before your eyes?" Proverbs 29:18. "Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he." He said, where there is no vision, the people perish. That just shows if the prophets is not having vision, dreams, if they're not prophesying, the people perish. Hey, that's another one. When the famine of the word come, the light is going to be out of here because the men of the Lord is not teaching no more. That's why evils are going to increase. We got to thank Yahweh B'Shem Al Shai for the men of the Lord that's putting the light. The Lord is putting the light in these streets. This is why the love of many fully didn't get to his level. When the Lord take us off the corner, shit is going to get real. It's going to get shaky. Don't trust everybody that got skin. Don't trust everybody that got skin. You can go to Isaiah chapter 5, verse 1 to 7, Matthew chapter 21, verse 33 to 41. Again, Romans chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Ephesians. Let me just read this, but it's so many. Ephesians 5 and 8. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. And if I was moving too fast, you can just wait till the video over and then go to them, right? But Ephesians 2 and 12. that at that time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens, which aliens mean foreigners. Before y'all think of somebody flying, it's a foreign. Even they're foreigners, right? But aliens, foreign from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenant of promise, having no hope, without God in the world. Right? Come on, man. Man, Lord willing, you got it. You were edified. This word is only for the children of Israel. And technically on this side, it's only for the elect. And with that, Shalom, Yahweh speed.